Now I want to talk a little bit about what God has done, what God will do, and what God has done to enable us to be healed. And it's important we know this in detail because it's probably the single most important fact about healing that we can know. And I'm going to be quoting from one of these booklets that we use in our program to help people overcome sickness and disease. But I want to begin over in the book of Exodus, chapter 23, verse 25. And there it says, remember, let me back up just a little bit because I want to reaffirm this information, that these scriptures are more than information. They are medicine. The more insight and understanding we have about this, the better this medicine works. In addition to that, these are things, this is the word of the Lord that we're going to return to Him. We're going to remind Him of what He said. He says in the Bible, He said, put me in remembrance. So these are some facts, scriptural, spiritual facts that we're going to, that's the word of God, the word of the Lord, that we're going to return to Him so that it puts in motion the process of healing in our body. Because when we return it, it will not return void, but it will accomplish the purpose to which He sent it. And the reason He's got this written down is to heal people. Now, Exodus 23, verse 25 says this, and you shall serve the Lord your God, and He will bless your bread and your water. And then it goes on to say this, and he says, I will take sickness away from among you. There's a statement that God has made concerning our health. He said, I, personally, I the Lord, will take sickness away from among you. And that's talking to you and I. It's talking to God's people. Those who believe what this Bible says. So He said, I will take sickness away from among you. And that's including you and your family. Now, I want to go over to the book of Deuteronomy and read from chapter 7, verse 15, and it gets even better. Here it says, and the Lord will take away from you all sickness. All sickness. And he said, God's going to do this. So this is a spiritual fact on what God has done to heal and what He will do to heal you and I. So He said, I'm going to take away from you all sickness. So that means zero disease. In other words, once we understand this, we don't have to get sick at all. If God has taken it all away, how can we have any? Okay? So we'll come to a greater understanding of that as we go on with this study. Now the point is this. How did and will God take sickness away from us? We'll see that in just a minute.